Hello students, in this video lecture we are discussing about the blood vessels. So before we are going to discuss, you must keep your notes in front of you that helps you to understand better. Okay, blood vessels are the vessels which are found in the human and animal body in which blood circulates that facilitate the circulation of blood in humans are called blood vessels. In our human body, there are some type of blood vessels are present. Basically, there are two types of blood vessels. On the basic, if we are talking about basic of blood vessels, there are two types of blood vessels. One carries blood towards the heart, are called venules, and small units of veins is venules. So towards the heart, blood carries by veins and venules. Okay, rather than it, another type of blood vessel is there that is core that carries blood away from the heart is known as arteries and arterioles. Some exception is there that not care. These are arteries such like pulmonary artery that does not carry away from the heart blood. They are putting the blood into the heart. Okay, so arteries and arterioles take away blood from the heart. Okay, then arterioles and venules are interconnected at a site or at another type of blood vessel that is known as capillary. Capillary is the smallest unit of blood vessels. Capillary is smallest unit. Smaller. If somebody asks you the smallest blood vessel is capillary. Capillary is more smaller than the venules and arterioles also. Sometime this question came into the exam in your question paper. So here we are discussing that blood vessels mainly two types. One type of blood vessels that carry blood towards the heart, these are veins, and another is that takes blood away from the heart is arteries and arterioles. Arterioles and venules are interconnected at the site capillary. Capillary is another type of blood vessels. These are the smallest blood vessels. It facilitates the exchange of blood gases, nutrients, and other essential substance. Okay, these are permitted diffusion and osmosis. Osmosis and diffusion occur at the site of capillary. Okay, the inner lining of these blood vessels are lined by endothelium. Endothelium is most inner lining of blood vessels. Endothelium separated from external layer of vessels by the basal lamina. Basal lamina is a substance that produces extracellular matrix that separates the endothelium by the layers of blood vessels. If you are talking about the layers of blood vessels, basically there are three types of layer. Three layers are there. Three layer arrangement is there. One from inner to out. Innermost layer is tunica intima. Tunica intima is the thinnest layer formed from the single continuous layer of endothelium cells and supported by the subendothelial layer of connective tissue and supportive cell. In smaller arteries or venules, this subendothelial layer consists of a single layer of cell but can be much thicker in large vessels such as aorta. The tunica intima is surrounded by the thin membrane of elastic fiber running parallel to the vessels. Capillary contains only of the thin endothelial layer of the cells with an associated thin layer of connective tissue. The innermost layer is tunica intima. The middlemost layer is tunica media, that made up by the smooth muscle cells and tissue, elastic connective tissue that facilitate the contraction and relaxation of the blood vessels blood pressure that maintain the blood pressure. Outermost layer of tunica externa is known as tunica externa or tunica adventia, composed of earlier of the connective tissue and surrounded by external elastic lumina. You can see all three types of layer in this diagram. Here you can see in this diagram the tunica externa, the external layer. It is also called tunica adventia, that is formed by the connective tissue. Tunica media, formed by the smooth muscles. Here is the smooth muscles. These are smooth muscles that form the tunica media. Tunica media maintain the elasticity that promote the contraction and relaxation, that maintain the flow of blood, that maintain the blood pressure. And the innermost layer, which is nearest to lumina, is tunica intima, that is thinnest layer. And tunica intima in from internal side, it is connected with the endothelium layer. Okay, these three, and it is the lumen. It is called lumen of blood vessels. Okay, that if somebody asks you that lumen size will maintain by which layer of the blood vessel, you can understand the question. Size of lumen is maintained by which type of layer of blood vessel? That is maintained by tunica media, because tunica media have the smooth muscle that facilitate the contraction and relaxation function of blood vessels. Okay, another difference between arteries and veins is there. If suppose arteries, your arteries does not having any type of valve, because the pressure of arteries is maintained by these are directly connected with these are directly connected with the ventricles. So the pumping action of your heart is maintain the pressure, proper flow of blood into the arteries. But your veins, which are not connected by the ventricles of the heart, so it having the responsibility to carry deoxygenated or impure blood towards the heart. So these are having some special valves that maintain the one way flow of these valve, that maintain the one way flow of towards the heart, one way flow of blood, that protect the backflow of blood. Okay, next we are discussing about the functions of blood vessels. Here we are discussing the function of blood vessels. First function, you can seen in your notes that systematic and pulmonary circulation system efficiently deliver oxygen to the tissue of the body and remove waste product such as carbon dioxide. Arterial blood is the highly with oxygen and supplies oxygen to the tissue. First function is that systematic or pulmonary circulation is facilitated by the blood vessels. Second function is venous blood, that except the pulmonary vein, deoxygenated blood return to the heart, that is facilitated by the blood vessels. Third function, that carry nutritions in the blood, that release to the tissue by the permeable end of the capillaries, thus carries nutritions. It is another function. And the important function is that blood vessels carry the blood that have the immune cells, which facilitate which are helps to protect your system, protect you from the injury. These carry the immune cells to the site of injury, mm, to the site of infection, and these cells uh, kill the bacterias or helps to wound healing. This function is facilitated by the blood vessels. Blood vessels can increase or decrease the blood flow because blood vessels have this tunica media layer that is made up by the smooth muscles that helps the contraction and relaxation of blood vessels, so that it can carry the function of maintaining the blood flow. Okay, here in your notes a note is there: thermoregulation. Thermoregulation means the temperature regulation. Maintain the constant internal temperature that is maintained by the blood vessels by their action of contraction and relaxation. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, then thank you for seeing this lecture. Thank you, class. In next class we are discussing some more facts about the cardiovascular system. Thank